good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on where you're watching from. Welcome back to today's episode on Chronicles of a Young Widow. And yeah, today we'll be talking about how um how important it is to attach yourself to a society in church. I know that's the least thing that y'all were expecting to hear from me, but yeah, that message came to me while I was in church today. And yes, it was part of the things I wanted to talk about before, but it was just on a list of other things that I felt like talking about. Where I think I'll just, you know, talk about that alone. And yes, before we get to that, I know I need to answer this question. Truth, what happened to your hair? I cut my hair. Yes, that's what happened to my hair. I cut my hair. Because the way people have been attacking me, I don't understand. I don't understand. I cut my locks. Yes, I cut my locks. And no, I'm not depressed. I didn't cut my locks because I was depressed. Yeah, I just cut my lock because it's personal. hmm I gave some people different reasons why I cut my hair, but for if I ever give you the actual reason why I cut my hair, yeah, that's why I cut my hair. But if I did not, then just take the excuse that I've given you. Okay, it's nothing relating to anything. Maybe it's part of my healing. I don't know. But it's just I did it for me. I just felt like cutting my locks, and that's why I have this new look. Try and get used to it because yeah, that's what it is. Okay, back to the topic of the day. So today while I was in church, I for some weird reason something just hit me and I realized that yes, it's part of the things that I already had in mind to talk about, but I didn't think it was that important for it to have hit me and taken over the entire topic of the day. So, belonging to a society in the church is not just for for the church. It's for you. It helps in a lot of ways, you know. So, when all of this happened, I had like a church community, not just because actually not just because I belong to a society in church, but because I wasn't just a Sunday Christian. Let me put it that way. Yes, it was not just go to church on Sunday and forget everything. Maybe I won't say I was really deep in Christ. Yes, I won't say that. I won't give myself that glory. I won't give myself that crown. I won't say I was deep in Christ like that. But if there was anything, I tried as much as possible to fit myself in a society where I felt I could be valuable, where I felt like I could do something that God wanted or something that God would be proud of. Yes, that's why I joined that society. It was quite unfortunate that I hadn't been with the society long enough before all of this tragedy happened. But believe me, it was a beautiful thing to know that you're in a church where people actually genuinely care for you. you know People from my society, I belong to society of St. Vincent de Paul, and people from my society were amazing. you know try to help out, try to reach out, try to pray with me and all of that. So why am I talking about this today is, yeah, like I said earlier, I already had it as one of the things, or one of the things on my itinerary. But because of how it just struck me, talk about this. And yeah, on Sunday when we went to church, I was in church when a member came to call me, I won't call his name, called me. I went out and I discovered that my tire was down. My front right tire was down. On getting there, he I opened the trunk. The funniest thing is I didn't even know where anything was in that car. I won't even lie. And at that point in time, the only thing that came to my mind was the fact that I'd never had to do that before. Yeah. I think one of the reasons why I felt the way I felt is because the car I even took to church was my husband's car, not my car. I was clueless about where the tires used to be. Believe me, I didn't even know where anything was until on Sunday because I had to show them where uh, to get jack and all those other things to help me change my tire. And the security in church just said, "Oh, don't worry." Sorry, the person who came to call me just said, "Oh, don't worry, just go back. We'll change the tires." So all they needed me to do was, show them where all those things was. And I did that and I went back into the church with the hope of coming out and my tire would have been changed. I got out of church and I realized that they were still there and they couldn't unscrew one of the screws for the tire. That's because my dear husband man is so security conscious that he had one of one of the one of the screws locked with the security key, Allen key. I mean, we needed an Allen key to open that particular screw. And guess what? I feel ashamed of myself. I was calling it alloy key. Now that I think of it again, I feel so stupid. Well, I kept calling it alloy key, and then they kept correct. It's not alloy key, it's Allen key. And I'm like, Allen key. Okay. We were there for over an hour. When I say we, I mean me and more than 10 church members were standing outside trying to help me fix my tire. One of the church member was somebody I met in the society. He practically had to go get a vulcanizer, came back. The vulcanizer didn't come with what he needed. He still took him back and brought him back with his machine. Took him and brought him back with his machine. And just before he brought him back the second time, I put a call. Luckily, my friend had put a call to my husband's best friend and asked him. I think they talked about it, and he explained that my husband had gotten that particular um, thing for the car, and then every key is peculiar to a car. And that was when we realized that, okay, you know what, this thing we are looking for, no vulcanizer will be able to get it for us. And before all of that, I'd called somebody that I felt like would have a solution to it because I didn't even know how I was going to go about it. And this was me 1 hour later calling the same person back. I don't want to call his name. He's my husband's friend and our tire plug. So yes, if you need tires for your car, be it a truck, be it an SUV, be it a sport car, we have tires. Okay, I sell tires. Yes, contact me. So I called him and I said, "Oh, and I won't use the word that I won't use the name that I call him by because I know they for problem. Before all of you start reading meaning to what is not in existence." So I called him and I said, "Oh, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. I'm not fine." And he goes, "No, that thing has to be somewhere in the car. Believe me, it was somewhere that I had checked more than once. But because I didn't think what we're looking for would be there, I didn't see it. You know, it was practically in my face, but I didn't see it. So when he told me to check, I won't tell you where he told me to check, but he told me to check that particular place. And I checked and the key was just, I'm like, and everyone was like, I'm like, worry, don't be angry, don't be angry. And guess what? They weren't even angry. Everyone just kept laughing. Mostly the men, they kept laughing at the fact that women don't know this. I felt I felt both loved and I felt both loved and sad at the same time. I saw that people around me loved and cared for me. Like my parishioners are the sweetest, believe me. My parishioners are the sweetest. Then I also felt some sort of sadness because usually when anything like that happens, I am not phased, I'm not bothered. The only thing I do is, babe, oh, it's like this your car is sounding funny. I should park it here. I be you say no, park it anywhere. Bring it. And when I get home, we'll just swap keys. I've never had to deal with that or even watch all of that being done. Luckily for me, I also did not know that after pumping my tires, I still had to go get it gauged. And I was lucky enough to have one of the people that have been my backbone be there at the point in time. And he said, let's go to the fuel station that was just outside the estate gate. And we got there and we gauged the tire. And that was when I realized that, oh, after pumping your tires, you have to gauge it, because I was clueless. I didn't know all of this. And I'm grateful to God that I found this parish when I found the parish. It's a very funny story how I even found the parish, but I feel accepted. I feel loved by the people that are around me. I always get assistance when I need it. I always have people pray for me, pray with me, pray for me. So, yeah, that's basically all we're going to be talking about today. I'm trying as much as possible to make this video really short because I'm always talking and people say I talk too fast. Love you. See you next time on our next episode. Bye.